The best days happen out here, where the only thing on the line is what you can catch. And every cast could be the one that fills your memories with the fish of your lifetime. Mercury engines are made for exploring. So are you. Go boldly.
All right, here we go. Our next guest, guys, get ready for this. It's none other than the man himself, Chris Johnston, right here. Bring him on, Victoria. How are you, Chris?
I'm a little tired, but I'm getting by. I'm in Florida, and it's 85 degrees today, so I'm not complaining.
We feel so bad for you, dude.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I need to come there. I think I need to come there and wipe the sweat off you because it's so hot. You know?
It's been a hard day today. I was up at like 5:30 in the morning, and I went fishing all day for largemouth bass in shorts and a t-shirt. So it's been a tough day.
It's been a tough day. Yeah,
we did catch, I think, about 28 pounds. We should have had over 30, but I lost a bunch. But it was fun.
Wow.
Went fishing with Shane LaHue from the Elite Series, and we just had a good time on a little lake, and might go and do it again tomorrow.
So when do you start practice for the Classic?
Friday. So it's kind of that in between. I'd like to come home and see the boys and stuff, but it really doesn't leave enough time to fly home. I'd be flying home tomorrow. I'd be home for 3 days maybe, and then I got to be back in South Carolina Thursday.
So is that the official day, Friday, or can you go now if you wanted to?
No, we only get certain practice times. So from the start of this new year, you couldn't be on the water, and then we'll get Friday, Saturday, Sunday as our official practice. Monday, Tuesday are off days where we do media stuff and get things prepped for the Classic, and then Wednesday is official practice. So you do tournament hours 7 till 3, then you do the Night of Champions dinner, and then Thursday is another big media day, and it's kind of a whole show. It's not just, hey, you go practice and then go fish a tournament. There's a lot of other stuff that goes on at the Classic that you kind of have to get used to, especially the first year I went. It's a bit of a circus, so it's not just go and show up and fish.
Yeah, and you know what? We've gone and just came to watch, and we can see all the stuff that's happening at all times, and it's pretty wild, actually. I tried to mimic some of that at our show, like the energy behind it. I said that a few times. The energy behind it, Dave Mercer and everything he does there, it's absolutely incredible, right? And then obviously, the last time Gooch got it, we came into the back. I remember talking with you for a bit before you went out on the floor, and that was kind of real cool. And your brother obviously as well too, and then Gussie. So we were actually backstage, which was actually awesome. But anyways, where did this all start for you? Like, not necessarily the Bassmasters Elites, but like, how old were you? Did you recall when you first found that, this is what I want to do, or you enjoyed fishing tournaments? Like, I know pretty much every tournament you fished, whether it was Stony Lake with your dad, or whether it was with your brother, or with I think Hammer at the time. I remember you fishing with all the guys. I recalled them all, but let's hear from you. Tell me your story.
Those are some names. Those are some names from the past. Well, it really all started fishing growing up. I don't even know when, but as long as I can remember, since I could walk, I was in the boat with my dad practicing for his tournaments. So all summer there wasn't really camps or anything. I would just go out in the boat for the summer and practice with my dad, go fishing, and so I was very fortunate that way. Grew up fishing out of a bass boat. I believe it was Stratos at the time, and then Ranger, and he fished tournaments with his partner, Bob Gardner, and they fished the Pro Bass, Chevy Mariner Pro Bass. And my brother and I, we would travel with them, go to wherever, Lake Erie, Kingston. I remember going to some of those big tournaments, and we get to hang out with some of the old veterans like Izumi and stuff. And I remember catching a bunch of panfish off the dock at a tournament, and Izumi cooked them all up for us. And so that was cool. And so I was hooked on fishing. If I wasn't fishing, I was playing sports in the summer, baseball, lacrosse. But I think my mom just wanted to get us out of the house, so she shipped us off with my dad to go fishing for the week. And we had a blast doing it. And then as I got older, my brother started fishing tournaments with my dad first. He would fish some with my dad, and my dad would still fish a few with Bob Gardner. And then obviously as we got a little older, my dad wanted to fish with us. So at 14, I believe my dad started fishing kind of full time with my brother. And I was a young one, and obviously I wanted to get in some tournaments. And I still remember this one. My brother was supposed to fish Crow Lake tournament. I think it was like it was an open tournament. And he got grounded a night or two before the tournament, and his punishment was he couldn't fish the tournament. So that was the first call I got to the big leagues. And we ended up winning that tournament. I still remember it. We were throwing pop R's on Crow Lake, and it's about 45 minutes from my house, and we caught every one of them on a top water, and it was a blast. And my dad, he's the worst net man in the world, first of all, but he bought this big extendable net that went out to like 12 feet. And I remember having this 4.5, 5 pound smallmouth, which is a giant for Crow Lake on, and him bringing it in and is diving at the boat, and he decides to extend the net and try and scoop it 10 feet below the water, which still I don't get looking back. And he obviously broke the line, and that one went away, but I was mad at him at the time, but we ended up winning that tournament. So I was kind of hooked from then on. And so I got to kind of bounce and do the odd tournament from then on. And then as I got older, my dad still fished a few with Corey, and that's when we knew Greg Hammond, who worked at Shimano, and he kind of needed a tournament partner, so I jumped in with him, and we started fishing for a couple summers. Lake Simcoe, I remember one for sure. I remember I was 14. I forget how old I was, but I was just under the legal age to fish tournaments apparently, and I didn't know there was an age limit, and it was a 75 and under or something. And we was at a Couchiching. We ran into Lake Simcoe, and we weighed 22, 23 pounds that day, and we had a blast. Oh. And sorry, my phone has 10%. We had a blast, and we ended up winning. And I forget who the announcer was, but he said, "Great job." And he's like, "How old are you?" And I think I was 13 maybe. And he's like, "Oh, all right." Well, the person in second heard this, and I guess there was a rule you're supposed to be 14 years of age to enter. And I got protested, or they talked about protesting me. So I remember that event in particular with Hammer, but we had a lot of fun. And then John McGoy, Vinny at OK Tire, fished a few tournaments with him. And then I fished some with my dad. And then when my brother and I were both of age, more so when my brother could drive, we started doing team tournaments and had a lot of luck, success. And then it just kind of carried on from there. And we ventured south to the States and got into some bigger tournaments. And I never thought it would turn into a full-time job like it has. That's for sure.
You know, you named some people there too. John McGoey is one of those guys that has done very well up here in Canada. It makes you wonder how some of these guys would fare down in the States where you are. And I'm not going to tell Bob Azumi that you called him a veteran. I promise you.
I called him a what?
A veteran. Would you call him a veteran? I'm pretty sure you call him old guys.
Well, I can call him a veteran now. He's retired. He was on television for 40 years, so that tells you something about how old he is.
No, he's just changing a little bit of direction. He's still going to be around. Don't worry about it. He'll be out there. You know what? The way he's looking at it, he's going to have more time to put in on fishing and get serious about it and get out there and kick Johnson butt.
Yeah, but the problem is now he's going to have less excuses. So I want to hear what his new excuses are.
You know, I think I should have a show and just call it like Full Out, right? And have all you guys on together and let's just put it all out there. You know, maybe we'll do it the Spring Fishing Show next year. But you know, you've had a great career, you know, and obviously it's my biggest thing is, and I didn't get a chance to say this to Corey, but like, I can't wait to see your kids. I hope that I'm around to watch that generation because I competed against your dad, right? I never competed against you guys, I'm not going to lie, but I've watched you guys compete. And I'm thinking that next generation is going to be incredibly awesome, right? So
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting because I got two boys. And my oldest, he already every day, when can I go fishing? When can I go fishing? And I'm like, it's iced over right now. As soon as the ice melts, I'll get you on the boat, I promise. And I feel bad for him because he sees me fishing in Florida. And he wants to come down and go fishing. and then Corey's kids. He's got 2 boys. So there's going to be 4 of them, and I'm sure they'll be teamed up together, battling against each other, fishing tournaments and stuff. So it's going to be fun to sit back and watch. I can't wait to hand the keys over to them and say, "Have at it, boys. Go fish.
One day
go fish Andy's tournament, and I'll be at the weigh-in. We'll see how you do."
There'll be one day when there's going to be 6 Johnsons fishing a pro-am. Wow.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of Ranger boats out there. Let me tell you, I'm gonna have to get another job. Pay for them.
So how are you feeling about this classic? Are you feeling good about it?
I'm excited. It's the biggest tournament you fish ever, right? I've been fortunate enough to fish it twice now. First one was okay. Second one was great. I was in the top Super 6 going into the final day, which is really cool. Getting that special introduction at the Classic for the Super 6. They put on a big show. So hopefully I keep moving up and this year do a little better. Hartwell, it's going to be cold water. The fish are going to be moving up. It's anyone's game. And I'm probably, to be honest, I'm going to probably go shallow a lot. That's what my strength is, and find some dirty water and throw a chatterbait and see if I can find some of the bigger largemouth. And then maybe mix in some spotted bass for filler fish. But we'll see what happens. You never know.
So you do got a game plan already in place. Well, depending how the practice goes, right?
Yeah. And I do have kind of a game plan, what I want to look for. And I'm sure a lot of the guys do. And hopefully Friday, the first day on the water, I've never fished there this time of year, can kind of put something together. That's the one bad thing about living in Canada is, especially with the borders and stuff right now, a lot of guys went down to Hartwell and did some graphing before the cutoff in December and kind of maybe tried to find some of their wintering holes and stuff. And that might pay off a little bit, but being so far away in Canada, that makes it tough. So, but see if we can put something together.
So if I had to, because I always play you and your brother against each other, right? It's like, I love doing that to you guys. And, I'll tell you, one thing I've never had a chance of thanking you for was the second day on Simcoe, you brought in that huge bag of smallmouth. Do you remember that?
29-something pounds, yep.
And then we went down to ICAST immediately after. And I'm going to say it straight up because there's a lot of people watching. And dude, when we walked into that building, Victoria and I walked in that building and we had our CSFL banners on and stuff like that. I couldn't believe how many people came up to us that we never even knew. We didn't know who they were. But that was all because of you and your brother, and that the world was watching that weight that day, and how many people seeing you weigh in on a second day at almost 30-pound bag after a solid first day of Ontario's finest anglers competing on the body of water. So I just want to say thank you, dude. You brought the eyes of the world on the CSFL that week. It was absolutely incredible. And you got both you and your brother have such a huge following now. It's not just Canadian, it's on the U.S. side. So that's pretty cool. But, the thing is like, sponsors, and I asked Corey this. I said, do sponsors knock on your doors now, or are you still out hunting for them?
You're always looking for sponsors, but I'll be honest, I fished FLW before and had some great sponsors that sponsored me previous to fishing it, and they stepped up and helped out more in FLW. But what I was really shocked about was people, I'd heard of it. When you go fish Bassmaster, sponsors do way more for you, and they really get behind you and help you out financially. Where FLW, you might, if you're lucky, you got all your expenses paid and entry fees, but it's been amazing since I fished Bassmaster. I think just because the sponsors get so much more out of it through their social media channels. They have a bigger following. Like just one event like the Classic, for example, if you've ever been to it, that many people there to cheer you on fishing. So I've been very fortunate with some good sponsors, and I had 2 new ones this year, and it's been really good. Do they come beating your door down? No. Do you have to work for them? Yes. And you have to do stuff in return. They don't just give you a check and say, go fish and have fun. You have to do stuff for them. Tomorrow I'm going to do, that's one of the reasons I'm still down here in the States. I'm going to do a Daiwa shoot. We're going to test out some new products, and they're going to do some photos and stuff. So there is some work behind the scenes, but it's all worth it. That's for sure.
Well, dude, I don't know what to say to you. I'm looking forward. We're gonna actually try and come down to the class. So we're just waiting to see what the restrictions are at the border, and then we'll decide whether or not we're gonna come down.
I will say
I know
it is so nice walking outside here and going out, and you don't need a mask. You forget about it. You don't even know what it is. You have no idea how nice that is.
And that part's cool, dude. But I don't know that if I get to the border and all of a sudden they're saying, "Oh, you can't come through," and I'm stuck in Buffalo or down there for a week, that makes
well, then
it a
you
little
have to
bit
go back.
difficult.
You have to go back down to Florida
And party with you guys.
Yeah, it's
Or
not.
pitch crappy?
It's not horrible.
I know it's not horrible, dude. And I'm hoping we're going to be there with you guys. And I know Tim Fernandez is coming down, and he's already asked us to come down numerous times. So we'll see how that plays out. But you know what, dude? Honestly, I wish both you and your brother, and also my friend Gussie there. I hope one of you guys win it. And I think that no matter which one of you guys win it, it's going to represent all three of you guys very well, because I know you guys are tight. So
yeah, and are you gonna host the after party if we bring that trophy back to Canada?
Oh no, I don't think. You haven't seen your brother's video yet. No, you haven't. Oh, if you come, yeah, I will have a party at my house, 100%. But I'm just telling you right now, your brother, okay, officially said that if you guys win, any one of you guys win, you guys are taking anybody who comes from Canada out that night for a big party.
Victoria, I didn't know about this one.
No, dude, your brother openly said, he goes, if one of us wins the classic. Can you hear that?
No.
Did you hear?
I can't hear Minnie. She sounds like Minnie Mouse.
She said that it's going to be the biggest after classic win party ever. And
and Andy's bringing his visa for all the drinks. I like it.
No. We're all drinking we're drinking your new beer sponsor.
Oh, okay. Two-lane beer. I do have a couple of cases coming, but I don't know how long they last for a bunch of Canadians.
Dude, I'm looking so forward to seeing you guys, and actually more and more so just to see how I want to watch Dave, man. I love watching Dave on that stage when he announces you guys. Like he announces you guys with a lot of pride, dude. And I've watched.
He does it for everyone, though. He's good at what he does. I'll give him that.
Yeah, no, he announces you guys with a lot of pride, dude. Like when you come into that stadium and your boat's being pulled in there and you pull up in front of that stage, yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's a pretty cool feeling, and I'm glad I got to experience it. And honestly, I hope more Canadians get a chance to get to the Classic. I know Cooper is working hard at it right now, and I think it's only a matter of time before he gets onto the Elite Series. But it's pretty cool that a lot more Canadians. I get a lot of people messaging me saying, "How do you kind of get down to the States and start pursuing this?" And I hope more follow and get a chance at it for sure.
Well, dude, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate your time. It was awesome. And I hope that, there will be a day when there are more people coming. Hopefully we'll be a stepping stone for more people to come down there. And I hope that we helped contribute to your life and where you are now. So I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I'm very proud of you guys. So good luck to you guys at the Classic.
No, right? I really appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank
you so much. Thanks, buddy. You know what? That was Chris Johnston. I'll tell you, if you ever get a chance, even just go back and watch some of the old Canadian Opens where I like playing them against each other just because they really do compete against each other for things, and I'll tell you, I'm going to be rooting for them. And I hope that between one of the three guys, and I don't want to say one over the other, I really hope that they can, not that they already haven't put Canada on the map, but just really dominate at the Classic this year and to see 1, 2, 3. Let's go Canada. And thank you for tuning in.
Hi, my name's Chris Johnston. I'm a Bassmaster Elite Series angler.
My name's Corey Johnston.
I fished the Bassmaster Elite Series.
When I started fishing, I was 2 years old. I would go out with my dad. He was a competitive tournament angler. He was fishing at the top level in Canada, and I would spend my summers on the boat with my brother. We would practice for tournaments growing up until I was about 11 years old. Then I finally got the call to go in my first tournament fish with my dad. The reason I actually got in the tournament was because my brother got grounded. He was supposed to fish it, and so the night before I got the call, and we went in that tournament, and I still remember like it was yesterday. We ended up winning, caught 20 or 30 bass, all on top water, and I was hooked on competitive tournament angling from that day forward.
Took it south of the border down to the States at that point, and Chris fished his very first one, finished second, won Angler of the Year in the Costa Series that year, and it's just progressed. And then we ended up fishing the FLW Tour for 3 years, and we got really lucky and got an invite to the Bassmaster Elite Series in 2019 and had a great year, and it's just kind of all coming together.
Growing up, my brother and I are always very competitive, and whether it be at hockey, who's faster, who's going to score more goals in a game, and we've translated that into fishing, who has a better tournament, who has a better year, and that's really drives us to do better, that competitiveness. And even if he finishes 60th, I want to be 59th or better, so I have bragging rights until the next tournament at least, and I really think that pushes us even further.
We're super competitive people. It doesn't matter if we're on the water, we're playing hockey, we're playing cards, whatever we're doing, we want to win, and that's just kind of been the, I guess, the attitude that my parents instilled in us when we were little kids. You know, it's if you're going to do something, do it as hard as you can. We want to win. It doesn't matter. Now we're at the top level of our game in the bass fishing industry, and when we're at the top level, we need the best product and equipment that we can use, and we've partnered with Iowa because we believe that not only are they the best fishing company in the world, but they have the best product, the best people, and we're extremely excited to be with them. I'm Corey Johnston.
I'm Chris Johnston. I'm at the top of my game, and I'm here to stay.
We've finally made it. We're here, and we're here to stay. We're not going anywhere.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze come, freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares. A bomb break sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah. It's one heart, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go. Turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. Your memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the bars in the brakes. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is a teacher under pressure, now we blessed. See, I was so close with the glow. It's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah. It's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go!